Hi, Ben here from Somerset Foodie. Thanks very much for joining us. Today we're cooking some fantastic Mexican fish tacos. So, my opinion, Mexican food really is pound for pound the tastiest food on the planet. But it's all about layering up different flavors and different textures and things that are a little bit sharp and things that are a little bit chili. So we've got a fantastic range of ingredients that we're going to make our fish tacos with. So we're going to kind of get some fish marinating. We're going to cook some tacos. We're going to make some salsa, and we're going to have an amazing time. So yeah, let's get going. So the first thing we have to do with the fish tacos is just get some seasoning and some spice onto this fish. So I'm using some haddock. You can use cod. I kind of like to try and keep with sustainable fish. So, but kind of big, flaky, white fish is great. So I've chopped this into little bite-sized pieces really that will be just about the right kind of size for the tacos. And then we're going to go in with this baby, Tagine Seasoning. This is miracle stuff. It's dehydrated lime with a mild chili pepper and salt, and it will transform so many things. So what we're going to do first of all is sprinkle some of that over the fish, and then I'm just going to go in with a little bit of ground cumin. Just give it that real earthy cumin flavour, and just to add a little bit more heat, I'm going in with this lovely smoked paprika, and then turn it over and we'll do the same on the other side. So that's got the other side done, and that can just sit there now for 20 minutes, half an hour, whilst we get all the other bits sorted out. So with any good taco, it's really two things. You need a great taco itself. So we've got these brilliant tacos from Mexico that come like that, and then you tease them apart, and they are sort of quite firm little things. But what we'll be doing is we'll be heating that on a pan, and that will soften up, and it's your classic soft taco. This is made of corn, so there's no flour or wheat, so they're actually naturally gluten-free, and they taste really lovely. So we've got the tacos. We need a great salsa. So we're actually going to do two different things. We're going to start out by making a green salsa out of tomatillos. So really, really versatile, commonly used ingredient in Mexican cooking, green tomatillos. They look a bit like green tomatoes, but they're actually not even related to the tomato at all. They're part of the gooseberry family. So that gives us a really kind of zingy, beautiful, fresh taste that we're going to have with our tacos. So let's get going on the salsa. So this is what they look like. They come out of the can. They do look very much like a tomato. So you can do this a couple of different ways. We can either just whiz them up in a little food processor, or I'm literally just going to chop them up with a knife. Okay, so we just blitz these up with a knife, put them into a little bowl. And then into there, we're going to dice up some onion and add a little bit of fresh coriander and just finish that off. So I'm actually using a shallot just because it came in our little package from Didi from Moonacre Farm. So if you've got a shallot, great. If you haven't, just crack out a white onion. It is nice to kind of dice these quite fine. So if you were using a normal onion, I'd probably go for about half an onion. We're just going to crush and chop up a clove of garlic. Then we just need a nice bunch of fresh coriander. Let's grab. When you're chopping coriander, stalks and all, most of the flavour is actually in the stalk. And you can really just roughly chop these up. This is kind of street food. Give that a little stir up. Now there's no real kind of chili heat to this salsa, so we need to add that in, and I've got the perfect thing. This is Yakitiko. This brand of chili sauces is one of the most loved brands of chili sauces in Mexico, and you don't really see them over here because nobody really knows about them, but they are absolutely brilliant. So again, so this depends on you really. This is kind of I'm just going to go in with about a teaspoon to start with, but it's up to you as to how hot you like it. We'll just mix that through. And we're just going to finish that off now with the juice of half a lime. To really make your tacos sing, we're going to just pickle a little bit of red cabbage. And not only will this add another little kind of layer of flavour to your taco, it will make them look amazing. So the key really here is to just finely slice up a little bit of red cabbage. So just straight into a bowl. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to add some salt to that firstly. So that will start working on the cabbage pretty quickly. A little bit of red wine vinegar. You're just looking to kind of coat the cabbage. Give that little stir around. Then we're just going to finish this little pickle with a little bit of lime zest in there. There we go, pickle done. What I love about Mexican food are all the different kind of nuances of flavour. And so we've got a green salsa, we've got something pickled. We're just going to have something red. It's kind of colour combinations. So we're just going to make a little kind of basic diced tomato salsa. It's a kind of just a fresh tomato salsa. Literally dicing up fresh tomatoes and adding a little bit of chili heat to it. Okay, so tomatoes into a bowl. So you can just really go with the flow with some of these salsas. Having just tomatoes fine. We got some lovely peppers from Tagine, which I've roasted and skinned. So I'm actually going to add those as well. But I'm just going to add a little dribble of oil into that. Then we're just going to go in with this bad boy. Chipotle salsa. So Chipotle smoked jalapeno, and this comes in a really, really handy bottle that you can just drizzle out. It's quite pokey, so we can just mix that through, and we've got a quick fire kind of salsa rosso or red salsa or whatever you want to call it in no time at all. So we're just going to also have a few little spring onions, and the nice thing is we can just get all this stuff ready. So there might seem like quite a few little jobs to do here, but you can get all of this done way in advance. And then, you know, when you're ready to go, all we're actually doing is going to cook tacos and fish. Okay, so I've pretty much got everything ready. So we made the green salsa, we made the red salsa, we've made the pickled cabbage. I've also chopped up some spring onions, and we've got some chopped up coriander, a little bit of sour cream. And then we're going to have our tacos with a little salad. This is basically, I'm just going to mix this together now. So we've got black beans, sweet corn, some red onion, some of the peppers that Tagine donated, some of the parsley. Toss that together, and I've just made a little dressing here with some garlic, some lime juice, and a little bit of rapeseed oil. And that will be really nice, just served on the side. I've got 2 pans on the heat. I've got 1 pan for my tacos and 1 for my fish. So I'm going to start with the fish, get a little bit of oil in the pan, and that wants to just be at a kind of moderate heat. And then we can just get this fish Now the secret of cooking fish is to not muck around with it too much. Once it's in the pan, give it a little jiggle and then just leave it alone. So that fish has been on cooking for a couple of minutes. We're just going to flip that over and just finish that on the other side. So that fish is going to be cooked in about a minute or so. Time to start heating up some tacos. So just really, we're going to give them about a minute on each side. Now it is quite good to eat these whilst they're warm. So they're kind of quite, when they come out of the packet, they're quite sort of almost gelatinous. But as soon as we start getting heat through these, I'll just turn it up a tiny bit. they just really soften up beautifully. So you just want to get them so they're just a little bit warm. They're warm through. You'll see them puff up a little bit, and you can see how they've now become quite soft. So so you can do again. You can do this in advance, and you can just keep them warm under a tea towel. So we're going to have our tacos ready. Our fish is basically cooked. So it's time to do an assemble. So we're going to start out the red cabbage and in with a little bit of this fish on each piece. And then what's nice is just, you can see how that just flake the fish a little bit up. So beautifully white flaky fish, just cooked perfectly there. Now let's hit it with some green salsa and some red salsa. Now, you can't eat Mexican food without getting your hands dirty. So really don't be afraid of them being a little bit messy. So let's have some of these spring onions over. A little bit of coriander over the top. A little blob of sour cream. I can't wait to tuck into these. These are proper, down and dirty, street food, Mexican things of wonder. And yeah, you can find all of the recipe on my website, and all these ingredients are there too. Look at the Mexican section. Thanks a lot for watching. See you next time.